You're watching the CHSAA on News 12 Varsity. Welcome to the Bronx and the campus of Fordham Prep for one of the best rivalries in the area. Iona Prep travels to take on Fordham Prep. After a pair of one-goal games a season ago, Fordham Prep and Iona Prep match up for the only time in the regular season. Iona Prep at 6-4 on the season is led by senior Connor Korzelius. He's a do-it-all midfielder, offense, defense, wing play. He's a captain now as a 3-year starter. As for Fordham Prep, they will rely on Michael Whalen, one of the mainstays at close defense. It's a unit that gives up just a shade over 6 goals per game. It's one of the most intense rivalries in the lower Hudson Valley. Fordham Prep and Iona Prep battle next on News 12 Varsity Game Time. And we welcome you back to Fordham Prep. For Fordham Prep and Iona Prep, one of the premier rivalries in the area, as the Rams come in at 8-4 and the Gaels are 6-4. Iona Prep is led by Rick Trezano, 12th season, 182 wins, 8 league titles overall, including the last 3 straight. Here's the starting lineup for Iona Prep, which features Herschel Halesworth, having an All-American type season as a 3-year starter for the Gaels. The midfield's led by Connor Korzelius, who we introduced to you earlier. Max Persico on defense in front of brother Joe in goal. As for Fordham Prep, Chris Hemsley in his 3rd season, a graduate of Lakeland in 2004. Here's the starting lineup for Fordham Prep. Ryan Gilchrist with a team best 29 goals. In the midfield, David Mac Randall is a first-line stud, and on defense, along with Whalen, Anthony Cecilio is a senior in front of James Corsaniti. And we are underway. Face-offs to play a huge part in this game, especially because neither team has a bona fide stud in that position. Iona Prep winning the opening face-off. Sebastian Gruber took the opening one for Iona Prep and part of the unit that won possession. Second straight 1-goal win for Iona Prep after a double overtime victory over Rye, a 9-8 Brothers Cup victory over Bergen Catholic to improve their record to 6-4. This is Halesworth, looks in front. On the put-away is Barry Mitchell. Quick stick goal for Iona Prep and a good start for the Gaels. One possession, 1 goal. Took less than a minute. And on the opening shot of the game, Barry Mitchell, a second-team all-league selection a year ago. Somebody with the nose for the ball around the crease delivers there. Face-off violation against Sal Bazzario of Fordham Prep, who will split face-offs with Nicholas Coppola. Iona Prep 2 for 2 on possessions, leading 1-0. Iona Prep has won 4 of the last 6 in this matchup, but their last regular season victory came back in 2014. Last year, these teams playing a pair of 1-goal games. 8-7 Fordham Prep at Iona in the regular season as Korzelius comes down the right alley. 7-6 here at Fordham Prep in the city championship in Iona Prep's favor. On the crease, a bounce shot is there. Nick Rossi puts it home on the turnaround. Liam Fairback set him up. 2-0 Gaels. 4 points dished out already by Iona Prep. 4 different players earning a point in front of this crowd that continues to file in on what has been an overcast day, but no precipitation, unlike the last 2. Jack Cleary off the win, ground ball pickup. Here he comes racing in on the crease, 3-0. Barry Mitchell sticks it in. Iona Prep off to a fast start. Timeout, Fordham Prep. One minute and 35 seconds in. It is all Iona Prep. When speaking with both coaches, asking them for their keys to the game, they both pointed towards energy and seizing the moment. So far, it's been Iona Prep that has come out sparkling as Sebastian Gruber wins another face-off for the Gaels, leading 3-0. Not even 2 minutes deep. Fordham Prep draws the turnover, clearing game. First offensive touch for Fordham Prep. First time really they've had the ball in their cross. Jack Doherty, 26 in white, has come on as of late. 17 goals overall for the midfielder, but in the last 3 or 4 games, his production has been about a hat trick per. That's a shot high over the goal man by Joe Persico. First year as a starting keeper. 3-0 Iona Prep. Barry Mitchell with a pair. 3 goals scored in the first minute 35. That shot's high to high and glances off of the cross of Persico. That was Darty, who's been aggressive early looking for his offensive opportunities. First midfield line out there for Fordham Prep. Randall draws a slide. John Oranzio holding his ground and pushing back against the top offensive attackman, Ryan Gilchrist. Ball is loose. These are the type of battles that you will see in Fordham Prep, Iona Prep. Every loose ball contested and done so fiercely. Persico is across midfield, successful clear. Now a 3-year starter as a junior, became the first freshman in Iona Prep history to start as a freshman at LSM. A multi-faceted player who we will see later on offensively. This is John Schreiber, committed as a sophomore to Princeton. Schreiber splitting the D, drawing a triple team, loses it, picks it back up. It's out of his cross and out of bounds. Sprinting across midfield, successful clear, Anthony Cecilio. Fordham Prep trails 3-0. Game has settled down after the quick spurt by Iona Prep to start the game. Ball is down. James Murray lost it, now in front. Fordham Prep is heard from. Ryan Gilchrist on the crease, settles things down for the Rams. outstanding officiating crew today. There are 8 teams, and then there is this trio of Chuck Peebs, Bob Sutherland, and Tony Perante. This game, this rivalry contest, is in the best of hands. Wing play playing a factor in this face-off. Nicholas Coppola scooped it up himself, but then an unforced error, also known as an error, gives it back to Iona Prep. Under 7 minutes to go, first quarter. 3-1 in favor of the visitors. The first of potentially 3 matchups between these league rivals. This one counts, of course it does. It's a rivalry matchup, but if they play again, either once more or twice more, then it will really matter. Those will be playoff contests. Fairback checking back in to the midfield line. He's one of 4 that will play with the top unit. He's out there with Heffernan and Korzelius. Halesworth, well off target. Heffernan along with Halesworth, 3-year starters as juniors. Small handful of freshmen that have played varsity, including 3 more this season. Cross crease feed is picked off. Mitchell looked to the backside. Of course, Sanity was there, alertly intercepts. Now Danny Almeida works his way across the midfield stripe. Murray getting another run at attack. Substitutions through the box. That's a bouncer in for Darty. Just overpowering his way down the alley. Deficit cut to 1 as Fordham Prep scores 2 in a row. Fordham Prep has earned possession. They've scored some goals. Sometimes the game is that simple. Cecilio off the wing, has possession with the long pole. Looks to create offense, pole to pole, and it's dumped in. Carson Brown, the junior, bound for Vermont. It's a long pole goal, and the game tied at 3. After getting beat early at the face-off game, Fordham Prep making the adjustment, going to a pair of poles on the wing. The last time it was Brown and Cecilio, now it's Tim along with Cecilio. Another face-off win for the Rams. Typically in the past, Iona Prep has gone to a double pole look, but Fordham Prep beat them to that tactic, and it has paid off. So far, a game of runs. Iona Prep opened with 3 straight. Fordham Prep answered with 3 of its own. We're tied at 3, 4.25 minutes to go here in the Bronx. First quarter, Murray. Now it's Randall, loves the right alley. Bounces one wide. Gilchrist, Daugherty, and Brown, the 3 goal scorers for the Rams. Edward Madden, right alley dodge. That is wide of the frame. Joining Randall and Harrison Spiegel for this midfield line. Gilchrist, left-handed cradle. Madden looks behind. This is Spiegel, goes low and tracked there by Persico. Ball is loose. McHugh got hit from behind with possession. Flags flying all over the place. Mac Randall called for the technical. It's a 30-second push with possession. And with the man-up unit on the field, Max Persico, who played at both LSM and offensive midfield last year, will pick up a short stick and join the man-up unit. There he is right on the wing. 25 goals a season ago, now a close defender playing offense. We've seen offensive players pick up a pole for man down. Can't remember the last time we've seen a defensive player pick up a pole or a short stick as he whistles one wide of the left crossbar. Four seconds left, and now penalty expired. Persico remains on for now. He'll get replaced by Barry Mitchell. He'll exchange sticks. Keith Bonsi will sub off. Now Persico back in his close defensive position. That was fun. Corzelius whiffed on the shot as he went through traffic. It's rotated around and an overhead release. Fairbank puts it in as Iona Prep reclaims the lead 4-3. Fairbank adds a goal to his earlier assist. And Fairbank, just a freshman, seeing a lot of action for Rick Trezano's club. And an offensive coordinator, and Nicky Trezano, Rick's son. 2009 graduate of Iona Prep, went on to play his collegiate ball at Drexel, and a record setter for the Gaels in Rick Trezano's early years at Iona Prep. Face-off violation against Iona Prep. Rams possession. Daugherty already has one. It's a 4-3 Iona Prep lead, under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Oh, that was rifled in the back. Thomas Mara came from the side of the net and side-winded it to the back. We're tied at 4 in a high-scoring first quarter. Iona Prep wins a faceoff, first time in a while. Now they just need to hold on to possession. It's under John Huffnagel. It gets kicked out to the side. Kept alive, but to Iona Prep. Nick Rossi has it. Failure to advance. Iona Prep contending that by the act of scooping it from his cross, that deemed possession. Officials didn't see it that way. Good save, Persico. Denying the dodge from Thomas Natkin. And now transition for the Gaels. Herschel Halesworth is heard from. Tough angled rip and a 5-4 Gaels lead. Second point today for Herschel Halesworth. In Rick Trezano's opinion, the best player on the field each and every game. Playing at an All-American type level for the junior bound for Holy Cross, who is a two-time first-team All-League selection. Face-off battle, Gruber for Iona Prep. Bizzario took it for Fordham Prep. Rams will hold until 20 seconds and then make their move. It was tempting. Here comes Darty. Draws the double team. Wind and firing is Mara. $15.5. Murray makes his move, takes a hit from the back, but he delivers it on the doorstep for the tying goal. Thomas Mara puts it away with 7 seconds to go to tie it at 5. The scoreboard is getting a workout here in the first quarter. Mara for Murray. Still time if there's a clean win. Both teams double pulling the faceoff. Fordham Prep, conservative, holding on to possession, bringing us to the end of the first quarter. My goodness, lots of offense. A pair of 3-goal runs. Each team with them. We've gone back and forth in the latter stages of the quarter. And it brings us to a 5-all score after 1 on News 12 Varsity. Well, this game is certainly on pace to blow up the averages for both these teams. Fordham Prep scoring just under 9, allowing a little bit more than 6. As for Iona Prep, 10 scored, 10 allowed on average. We've got a 5-all game. Start of the second quarter back here at Fordham Prep in the Bronx. Josh Noble, our producer. I'm David Resnick. John Malone providing his broadcast assistance. 12-8 Fordham Prep shot-wise. 6-5 in face-offs in favor of Fordham Prep after Iona Prep won the first 4. Clean win for Sal Bizzario. Good pressure there by Oronzio and a turnover to the Gaels. A timely stoppage by Chris Hemsley. Stop the run for Iona Prep. Let's give the coach some credit and say there was direct causation to Fordham Prep scoring 3 in a row. And then the teams alternating after that. What a pretty move. Halesworth dancing his way around the circle for his second goal. (6-5) Iona Prep. Second time today they've scored in the first minute of a quarter. Last 6 goals have alternated. Michael Bunizet, the second-year starter at LSM. Ground ball for Fordham Prep. Darty taking a pounding. Late slide. Aranzio applying to hit to Darty after he passed it away. Iona Prep clearly wanting to be physical with the big force in the midfield. A junior bound for St. Joseph. Aranzio sprinting into the box. Unloads it to Mitchell. And now Iona Prep can set up offensively. Heffernan, Corzelius, Schreiber, the midfield. Mitchell, Rossi, Halesworth. Halesworth up top. Heffernan, spin dodge, blasts one low. Iona Prep, 7-5, 2 minutes into the second. Good energy for Iona Prep to start the second. It's Heffernan's first. And a first time for Iona Prep since early in the game that they've strung together goals. These schools pulling players from the same neighborhood. Yard sale. Cecilio after it, draws the flag. It's picked up by Gilchrist. A legal body check is called against John Aranzio of Iona Prep. First man up for Fordham Prep, trailing by 2. Randall moves it near side for Mara. Murray wants to take it behind. Working in concert with Natkin. His pass deflected. 2-on-2 battle where Randall swoops in. Mara looking for the step down. He recoils. Now Darty fires. .31 seconds left and the man up for Fordham Prep. Penalty released. Back to 6-on-6. Connor McHugh comes running in. Shot from the angle, sails wide. Good job by Iona Prep's man down. Defensively, there's a lot of individual talent. Mara handles. 3 pulls on defense going to Division I schools, but Rick Trajano saying it's taken a while for the defense as a unit to come together. That bouncer on the net. Persico lost it originally, but he had made the stop. He looked up, but it bounced down, and Iona Prep is off to the races. An errant pass, too high for McHugh. Ground ball battle. Mitchell comes up from the attack position to take. And Iona Prep calls for time. A scrambling play by the Gaels. And Iona Prep up 7-5 with 7:51 to go in the first half. Calls for time. Iona Prep has scored the only 2 goals this quarter. It's 7-5 in favor of the Gaels out of a timeout taken by the team on offense. Flag is down. Halesworth wrapped around. And a slashing call. Anthony Cecilio. Called for the slash. One and done for Iona Prep. Man down clear here for Fordham Prep. That's a dart over midfield. On target to Spiegel. Timeout Fordham Prep using their second timeout of the first half. They are out of timeouts. 7:11 to go with the Rams man down in the second quarter, trailing 7-5. Fordham Prep turns it over. Still a man down for about 20 seconds. Lofted over the top to Corzelius. Unsettled. Corzelius to the left hand. It's a man-up goal. Connor Corzelius rips it home. Iona Prep by 3. Bit of a change-up from Corzelius there. Went out the back door. Picked up by Punizet for Fordham Prep. Ball is loose and it's played back to Persico. Now it's Oronzio, waits for the short stick. Heffernan with a split dodge. Unsettled for the Gaels, looking to take their first 4-goal lead of the game. They scored the first 3 of the contests. That lead evaporated by the end of the first quarter, where it was tied at 5-all. 3 unanswered for Iona Prep in this quarter. Rossi, one of 3 freshmen. Favorable matchup against a short stick. Halesworth gets smashed. It's picked up by Carson Brown. Michael Whalen carries into the box. But a turnover by Fordham Prep before setting up offensively. That's been the story in the second quarter for the Rams. Nice crowd lining the field as a wind picks up in this overcast day. Sun threatened to come through early in this contest, but otherwise just a bit of a chill in the air as we still wait for spring at the end of April. Korzelius had the last goal. It came on the man up. Here, even strength, edging his way inside against Andrew Coyne, the short stick. Fairback calls for it. To the right hand, time and room, bounces it on frame, and Corsiniti makes the stop. His first save coming with 4:19 to go in the first half. Good work by Steven Zupicic to carry across. Flag is down. Penalty assessed. Hold against Oronzio. The transfer will take a knee for half a minute. 4:05 to go. Man up for Fordham Prep. Last EMO did not go so well for the Rams. Goal would help, trailing by 3. Mara to Murray. On the crease, it's checked away from McLaughlin. There's a push without possession against Iona Prep. 5 seconds left on the extra man. Shot low and a save. Persico blocked the 5-hole to make the stop. 5th save of the first half for the junior first-year starter. Chris Fry running down the right alley, even strength with 3:19 to go first half. And an 8-5 lead. Heffernan stepping in. Now it's Korzelius, who's done a lot of the carrying for Iona Prep. He'll invert against the short stick. Kevin Barrios, a game-time decision. He's out there, as Fordham Prep was dealing with injuries in the midfield. Heffernan, right alley, lost it. Warding off. Called against Iona Prep. 2:20 to go first half. Fordham Prep still looking for its first goal of this second quarter. Corsiniti in stride to Murray. Murray does a little bit of everything for this Fordham Prep team. Boundless athleticism. High hit. McHugh jarring the ball free. Iona Prep called for time without possession. Now with some room to spare, the Gaels will take the space. Jacovilis high-stepping his way into the box. Now Iona Prep wants to call for time as the younger brother of the former CHSAA Attackman of the Year clears successfully for the Gaels. And they use their second and final timeout of the half, up 8-5. Heffernan was late to come on the field for Iona Prep. Cecilio was late to come on the field for Fordham Prep. And he was late for good reason because he was the 7th defender on the field. So now our officiating crew gets to talk things over. And now we wait for the call. "30-second man up, too many men." Cecilio was late getting on, and he wasn't supposed to be there. Heffernan for Iona Prep, late getting on. And when he jogged onto the field, the Gaels only had 5 offensive players. Strange sequence. Iona Prep 1 for 2 on the man up. Halesworth up top. Low to high rip. Persico again. A pole bound for Bryant. Somebody who played both LSM and offensive midfield last year. A close defender as a junior after a first-team all-league selection as a sophomore who also plays man up. On the crease, it's dunked in. Halesworth on the doorstep for Fairback. 9-5 Iona Prep pulling away here in the second quarter. Precision passing, Halesworth to the open freshman. Halesworth with 3 assists. He also has 2 goals, a 5-point first half. A period in which 30 seconds are left. Iona Prep gets it off the face-off. Corzilius speeds by the defender. Brown couldn't keep up. Unforced turnover. Fordham Prep gives it right back. So all of that substituting gets undone. And Iona Prep with 16.2 seconds left with an opportunity to cap off the second quarter of dominance with another goal. They have outscored Fordham Prep 4-0 in this period. Halesworth taking the screen, pushed out. Halesworth, a high pass. Mitchell looking cross crease for Rossi, and the connection was just not there. 3-0 Iona Prep start. Fordham Prep came roaring back with 3 straight of its own, and then these teams traded goals. But in the second quarter, Iona Prep with a dominating frame. It's 9-5 in favor of the visiting Gaels in one of the area's premier rivalries on News 12 Varsity. Welcome back to Fordham Prep. Josh Noble, our producer. I'm David Resnick. John Malone providing us broadcast assistance. Iona Prep leads 9-5. They have scored the last 4, and they have dominated early quarters. Matthew Finelli just lowering his shoulder into the stomach. For a game that is trying to limit defenseless hits and high hits, that was clean right into the chest. Physical, yes, but 3 officials with eyes on it deemed it was clean. Fordham Prep takes the pop, but they also take possession as the crowd in the distance is moved back off the sideline. And in one of the rare fields that does not have any stands, it's standing room only. Left alley dodge. Persico makes the chest-high save. McLaughlin saw an angle and ripped it towards the net. Picked up by Cleary. Under pressure, puts it on Mitchell. Halesworth has to contort his body to reel that pass in. But Iona Prep in position to build their 4-goal lead. Trying to win their 3rd straight and even up their record on the road. Corzelius inverts against the short stick. Now Tim comes over to match up against him. Heffernan against the short stick, pushes inside. He has to peel away as Halesworth now comes from X. A shot with not a lot of velocity, bounces towards the crease. Corsiniti, easy pickup, and he has control. It's high for Tim. He got a piece of it to keep it in play. Tim is after it, and now it's unsettled for Fordham Prep. Gilchrist had an early goal. Flag is down. Mara steps out of the box. Penalty enforced. Interference call against Persico. So one of the better poles is out, man down. Huffnagel, a pole, will take a short stick to play short stick defensive midfield. The sophomore bound for Providence. Showing his versatility. 32nd EMO, Fordham Prep 0 for 2. Mara operating on the right wing. This is Murray from behind the net. Mara winds and fires. Extra man goal for Fordham Prep. They strike first in the second half. Deficit is just 3. Mara's third, second time assisted by Murray. Those two have worked nicely in tandem. Possession for Fordham Prep after the hold on the Gaels. 8:35 to go, third quarter. First goal for Fordham Prep since the end of the first quarter, when they struck with 7.6 seconds to go in the first. Darty to Randall. Randall keeps it on his right, looks for the corner, and it's shrugged off by Persico. Four minutes deep. Bonsi racing on for Iona Prep to complete the close defense. Aranzio getting a breather for now. As Gilchrist, a 2-year starter on attack, carries with the left hand. Trips and pivots. Now he works his way to the rack as he steps in the crease. He did so on his own. It's a turnover against Fordham Prep. Swim move for Fry. He struts his way across midfield. Mission accomplished for the short stick defensive midfielder, standing at 5'11", 175. Fairback, Heffernan, and Schreiber, the midfield unit for Iona Prep. Halesworth with 1 and 3 in the first half. That's a soft shot that Corsiniti handles with ease. Good ride by Iona Prep. 20 seconds for Fordham Prep to get across midfield. 10 more seconds to get a touch in the box. Huffnagel trying to prevent that from happening, but Murray fights his way into the offensive zone. Nearing the midway point of the third quarter. Fordham Prep has the only tally of this period. Randall, right alley dodge. Mara lowering his shoulder, draws the slide. One more to McLaughlin. He roll dodges. McLaughlin takes a hit and the flag. And another infraction against Iona Prep after the whistle. A hold, an illegal body check. Both calls against John Huffnagel. Mitchell, the in-home, serving the penalty. Loose on the crease. Break for Iona Prep. Man down clear. That was successful up until it reaches Rossi. And now Fordham Prep will work itself back the other way. Gilchrist unsettled. Now it's Randall, wants to step in. Too hot to handle. And another turnover. Fordham Prep good on the ride, unsettled. Gilchrist scores, and a flag. Fordham Prep on the comeback trail here in the third quarter. Illegal body check against Connor Corzelius. Personal foul came after the whistle. So a dead ball foul means no face-off possession here to Fordham Prep after they scored on the man up. Gilchrist had the last one, good passing in front. And Madden knocks it down. A pair of extra man goals in this third quarter. Fordham Prep is rolling to within one. Would you expect anything else? I mean, really, a pair of one-goal games a season ago, a rivalry in which it is always close. If you thought Fordham Prep was done, you're not familiar with how these games go. 4 straight for Iona Prep in the second, now 3 in a row for Fordham Prep in the third. Possession and a chance to tie as the Rams have dominated the face-off X. The energy for Fordham Prep that was lacking in the second quarter was found during halftime. Fourth run this game of 3 or more goals. Each team has at least one of said runs. Settled possession here for Fordham Prep. Too high for Natkin. Over and back. Those along the lines can help keep it on the offensive side of the field. Otherwise, that's a turnover automatically instituted the last couple of years. And Natkin almost unaware of the consequence of scooping it up and going into the defensive zone, barely tried to keep it alive. First offensive possession for Iona Prep in quite some time, as they have not scored here in the third. 2:35 to go, third quarter from Fordham Prep in the Bronx. Not picturesque, but no precipitation. So we will not complain. On the crease, Corsiniti takes it off of the dome. It smacked his helmet as Fordham Prep commits the interference penalty. Ethan Tim is out for 30 seconds. Ninth combined penalty today after a fairly clean start. Not so much after the first. And almost split evenly. On the recovery, Corsiniti stops Korzelius on the doorstep. 10 seconds left, Iona Prep recovers. Halesworth from the outside, backed up by Korzelius. Six total saves for Corsiniti. As Persico misses the frame, playing the man-up unit. He'll get replaced by Barry Mitchell. Four saves this quarter for James Corsiniti. Halesworth, face dodge. He has liked that move quite a bit, as Schreiber is closest where and when. But Halesworth has not gotten a lot of velocity on that modified question mark dodge. Just that quick turnaround, but not a lot there. It's defended well. Minute 4 to go, third quarter. Iona Prep trying to break through for the first time since the intermission. Korzelius takes a stick high to the helmet, fights through it and scores. Big time goal for the senior Connor Korzelius. 10-8 Iona Prep. First goal in nearly 12 minutes. Iona Prep scored in the final minute of the second quarter. And now with 49 seconds left in the third, they have struck. Second goal for Connor Korzelius. Nobody has possession yet. Still a 3-on-3 game in the middle of the field. Bizzario for Fordham Prep had it momentarily. Ball is still loose, and Korzelius finally off the wing gains possession for Iona Prep. That was the most prolonged face-off battle we've seen so far, as Heffernan gets it against the pressure of Coyne. Heffernan is rocked. Cecilio with a hard hit. Iona Prep holds on to it momentarily. Ball still loose with 5 seconds to go. Mitchell picks it up, whiffs on the shot. And the first quarter comes to a close. First quarter That was 2 quarters ago. We're heading to the 4th. I'll get my numbers in order during the break as we come back for the final period with Iona Prep leading 10-8 on News 12 Varsity. Right on schedule, 2-goal game to begin the 4th quarter. Josh Noble, our producer. I'm David Resnick. John Malone providing us broadcast assistance. Face-off to begin the 4th. Nicholas Coppola for Fordham Prep. Sebastian Gruber for Iona Prep. And each battle is more intense. Unsettled. Mara goes high. Persico says no. Eighth save for the first-year starting junior. Transition the other way. Iona Prep takes its time. Possessions becoming even more valuable as the Gaels lead by 3. They withstood the run in the 3rd quarter as they allowed 3 straight. Corzelius with a huge goal with 49 seconds to go in the 3rd to give the Gaels a little bit of breathing room and halt the offensive momentum that the Rams built an entire quarter. Have not seen a single stall warning the entire game. Iona Prep is passing it around the perimeter. Corzelius got his cross on it, ball is loose. It spins out of the cross of Fordham Prep, and Halesworth clangs it off the post. Ground ball battle, Corzelius is there. Budazet had it in his cross, and as he was contacted, it just flung out directly to Halesworth. So a chance to reset for the Gaels. Heffernan pushed, keeps possession as he tumbles to the turf. Natkin stuck on defense. This is a matchup for Iona Prep to exploit. Heffernan tries to swim. He got popped. A loose ball push. Maintains possession with Iona Prep. Right alley, left alley dodge. What a finish for Fairback. Welcome to the rivalry for the Iona Prep freshman. Impressive placement on the high bouncer that pins the corner above the left shoulder of Corsiniti. Liam Fairback with his 3rd as Iona Prep takes a 3-goal lead. Loose ball. It's down to Gruber. Halesworth is a safe outlet. 2 straight for the Gaels. Hard shot from Fairback. Nicky Trezano watching from the sideline, encouraging his freshman. Schreiber got hit in the helmet. It's a slash. Schreiber down to the turf. Man up for Iona Prep. Madden got beat, and part of his recovery was to take down Schreiber. Huge man down for the Fordham Prep D. Ellsworth facilitates from the top of the box. Fairback, forced it, got denied. Corsiniti continues his strong second half. Man down clear. Chris Hemsley didn't like what he saw developing, so he'll call timeout. 8:08 to go in the fourth. Fordham Prep trails by 3 and down a man as they have possession here in the fourth quarter. Reset on the advancement clock. This is a play in transition. On the doorstep and a save. Kicked away and a race to the end line. That's won by Spiegel. Nifty substitution play by Fordham Prep. Man down as they got Doherty on the run. Back to even. Iona Prep looking to pack the crease. Murray from X. Now it's Mara's turn. He's got his defender hung up as he passes it through the middle. It's a ground ball scoop for McHugh. Fordham Prep went for the body. McHugh went for the ball. Possession, Iona Prep up 3. 7 minutes to go in regulation. Fairback has been the most aggressive player in this fourth, looking totally at ease. Playing well beyond his years as a freshman. Rossi likes the matchup. Face dodge. Fairback. Halesworth, midway through the fourth. Sends it high. Halesworth is down. Perhaps we are back in cramp season, and so we step aside with under 6 to go in the fourth. Reset starts in the cross of the freshman, Liam Fairback. 5'8", 150, and unafraid to take the spotlight in the biggest game of the regular season for Iona Prep. Already wins over CBA Syracuse, a double overtime win against Rye, and a victory over CBA but they are trying to make sure this is the biggest win to date as Barry Mitchell scores on his way to the ground. Flag comes for the push as the technical foul is waved off, and a 4-goal lead for Iona Prep. Mitchell, with a knack for timely goals, scored the first 2 of 3 for Iona Prep, and now a tally here in the 4th to make the advantage 4. Only 4-goal lead of the day. Gruber, face-off win. He's clutching his right thigh in pain. He fights his way to the sideline. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the 4th. Iona Prep with possession in control. Fair back, dispossessed. Whalen comes in for the ground ball. Unsettled, Natkin, and now Madden. Still time for Fordham Prep, but the Rams need a sense of urgency. Murray from X, that's been his office today. Backside look, it's deflected down. Aranzo got in the way, but it was picked up and put on through by Ryan Gilchrist. Important goal for the Rams as they climb back to within 3. It was 5-5 after the first. Fordham Prep shut out 4-0 in the second quarter. Then the Rams scored the first 3 of the third. Iona Prep answered back with 3 of its own, and this goal from Gilchrist, his second, ends the run. Flag was thrown inadvertently. What a crazy sequence. Rick Trezano wants a timeout. Billy McLaughlin is called for the push with possession. A flag was thrown, but it was waved off. Play continued. 32nd man up after that frantic sequence. Persico again on the man up. From the angle, whips it off target. .310 remaining, 3-goal lead. Penalty released. Persico has a shot that is off of the leg, it appears, of Carson Brown. He immediately goes down to the ground with the athletic trainer running on. He took that square with 3:02 remaining in the fourth and a 12-9 Iona Prep lead. Possession with Iona Prep. Even strength. Fairback gets a step. Throws it out of the reach of Mara. .235 to go. Mara continuing the long family tradition at Iona Prep. Randall scores. Randall makes it a 2-goal game. Huge face-off. Coppola for Fordham Prep against Gruber. There's a hold against the Rams. Stall warning on. Final 2 minutes in a 2-goal game. Automatic in the high school game. Halesworth will control. Double from Tim. That's deflected out. Iona Prep has it. They'll double team the ball. Corsiniti out of his crease. Halesworth picks it up and bounces it wide. He takes a hit after the release as the ball is out of bounds, and the Gaels will be man up. Legal body check is the call. It is against Thomas Natkin. Fordham Prep calls timeout. 1:34 remaining, trailing by 2 and down a man. We saw earlier Fordham Prep man down, play a substitution game to get transition. And now man down, they have 6 defenders on the defensive side of the field with their goalie on the attacking side as Corzilius skips one in man up to effectively put the game out of reach. Chris Hemsley creative, but could not stop. Corzilius getting a clean look at the net. That is some creative use of the rules for Chris Hemsley. And something I very much appreciate. If you think about it, violation against Fordham Prep for withholding. If you're going to clear the crease and put 6 defenders and spread them out against the 6 offensive players, you might as well have them be players that are used to playing that type of defense. 64 seconds to go, 13-10 Iona Prep. And a timeout taken by the Gaels, up by 3. Last 2 years, Fordham Prep won the regular season matchup and lost in the city championship. We're on the verge of Iona Prep's first regular season win in this rivalry since 2014. And they're about to take 5 of the last 7 against their arch rival. Ball is loose as Fairback picks it up. Crease is cleared as Fairback steps out of the box. With the stall warning on, it's a turnover. 55 seconds left, Fordham Prep down 3. Murray blows right by Mitchell. Iona Prep packing it in. It's up top for Daugherty. He starts his dodge, working against McHugh. Fires high. Persico makes the save. Timeout, Iona Prep. Cleary caught it with his back to the defender and spun in time with some help from his teammates on the side to alert him someone was coming. 25 seconds left. Iona Prep can set up for the final possession and seal the victory against their arch rivals. 25 ticks to go and a 3-goal Iona Prep edge. Twenty seconds to go. Halesworth, watched by Cecilio. Now into the box. 12 seconds left. Halesworth changes hands with the cradle. Flag is down as he got hacked. 3 seconds to go. And Iona Prep has come to the Bronx to pick up a big victory. Some sticks are flying, gloves too. It's the regular season, but this game means everything to both sides. 13-10 the final. The Gaels picking up a road victory and their first regular season win in 3 years. Good contributions up and down the lineup. What a crazy game of runs as Iona Prep scoring 4 out of the last 6 to pull away and claim victory in this Catholic League rival. 13-10 the final. Iona Prep takes down Fordham Prep. $13-10 is the final. Iona Prep holds off Fordham Prep in a rivalry matchup here in the Bronx. Barry Mitchell joining us after the game, contributing a hat trick in a 3-goal game. Afterwards, there were sticks in the air, gloves in the air, and a big celebration. I thought this was just a regular season game.
Yeah, every year it's the biggest game of the year. Last year we lost in the regular season. They stormed our home field, and that just made us pissed off. So we wanted to just celebrate hard when we won this time.
Coach says that you have a nose for the goal in the big moment. You scored 2 of the first 3, and you scored goal number 12, with at the time probably put the game away. Why do you have that quality?
I just always try to get into the best position off ball and just work hard off ball, and if it's time for me to dodge, I go hard to the cage and with my head up, so that if the slide comes, I can feed it.
There was a lot of contributions today. How could you speak to the way that the offense really shared the ball and everybody stepping in?
Well, we're a very deep offense. We have a lot of young players who who can contribute more. And Liam Fairbanks scored 3 goals today. I think that was season high. So we can score from anywhere on the offense, 7, 8 deep.
You'll probably see them again. You guys know that going into today's game where the stakes are even higher. But what does it mean to come away with a victory today?
It's always big. It's a confidence booster. But we'll still be working to improve and getting better and throughout the playoffs to win hopefully win a state championship and a Catholic city championship.
So they call you Barry Money?
Yes, because I scored double overtime against Rye and with 26 seconds left to beat CBA Syracuse.
Well, you were money again today,
Yeah.
so congratulations.
Thank you.
13-10, Iona Prep on the road with the victory over Fordham Prep. A rivalry matchup as good as advertised. For our producer, Josh Noble, I'm David Resnick. Thanks so much for joining us on News 12 Varsity Game Time.